Testing, testing, testing. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I need to open on my phone. Hello, guys. How's it going? Do, 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 do. How is it going? Hello, 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 hello. Let me get my phone open so I can see chat. There we go. There. All right. So, like I said, I'd finish the filling in the hole parts before I started this stream, and that is what I have done. So there we go. So I want to start on the engines, and I know how I'm gonna do that. I know exactly what size the engines are gonna be, and I was thinking I might make this a 5-prop setup. 5 props is a lot of props. A lot of props, to say the least. But first, I think I gotta design the torpedo defense. So I have a general idea on how I like my torpedo defense. It would be something like this. Here's the issue. That gives us 9 block wide space. But it does mean this thing will definitely be tough against torpedoes. Also, I haven't actually... Yeah, so we gotta do something like that. This thing will definitely be tough against torpedoes if I do a 2-layer system like that. There's not much that's going to get through that. And if you go the length of the ship, it's going to become less effective, and it won't be able to do that. But at the same time, this is going to do something like that. I think might be a very good torpedo defense system. I could always layer it like that, but I like flat torpedo defense systems. So we're either going to do something like that or that. I do not know yet. Or, on the alternative, if I do it like that, it means this might not have as much space, but it definitely will get the impact, and this will be completely protected. So, yeah, it's a little rough deciding how I want to do this. And we're going to use orange for these. Yeah. Either way, it's probably going to take up a lot of space and give us a 9-wide engine room, which is not great. So on the alternative, there is one alternative I can do here. So I can do this type of torpedo defense. Something like that. Or, yeah, something like that. Which, theoretically, I mean, I've used this type of torpedo defense. It is pretty tough. It is pretty decent. But I'm not sure if I want to do it like that. It would give me a lot of engine space, which is something I'm going to need, because these engines are going to be powered by each 6 magma. This is a 24 magma system, with a singular engine that is not going to be the same. It's going to be a diesel, and that's going to be a cruising diesel. This thing is going to have a lot of engines. So I want it to go fast, and the cruising diesel will be for a little more efficient running. We can turn off other engines and have this thing go like, I don't know, like 12 knots at most. It's probably not going to exceed 12 knots, but it might make it up to 12 knots, like that. So either way, that is what my thinking is for this current design. So I just needed to know how wide this is. I think we'll stick with this. I think this is tough enough that we're not gonna have too many issues. Like it's probably gonna be better than that. So that's a Baden, I think. You know, I could be wrong. I could actually be wrong. Let me see what this faceplate says. Yeah, it's a Bayern, my bad. And if we look at something like this, I would think it would have worse torpedo defense, because it is. Yeah, it just has these big voids. And, oh, no, it doesn't. It has it doesn't have any engines, so. Yes, it does. What the? Oh, wait, this thing is way wider, though. I didn't consider that. That's a lot wider. Uh, I just want to see how wide this gets. So, line it up with the center of that boat. Oh, lines up perfectly with the ladder. Okay. I just want to see how wide this thing is. 33. Yeah, that's a lot wider than something that was made to fit in a cruiser plot. So this thing's definitely going to have a lot less torpedo defense than some similar sized boats, but it will also probably be a lot faster, meaning I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. Doesn't matter to me. Don't matter. Easy solutions. The stream's probably going to last 2 hours, about. Probably stop it at 4, my time, EST. Anyhow. It is time to design the boilers. So what I'm probably going to do is 2 sets of 3s for each engine, and the boiler rooms themselves are probably going to be set apart. So I'm probably going to split the boiler rooms, because those are probably going to be the most volatile things on these ships. On this ship is the boiler rooms are biggest boom. Each of them has 6 mag. You're going to need to separate them. So I actually need to give myself less space than I usually do this this way wise, and I'm probably going to put them all central. So let's see how much space I can actually get with how these boiler rooms are going to go. So if they're going to be each 3 mags, I'm going to just push this up here because I want that central area is probably going to house the diesel. I'm either going to put it there or all the way in the back. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with that. So there's going to be a boiler room up here. So let's just imagine there's a wall here. And I need to fit. Alright, so how much space is here? 6. No, it's 5, counting the, okay. Hello, say. Yeah, we're doing. I've decided how I'm gonna make it work. Is I think I'm not going to have a single boiler in the same room. It's a carrier. It's probably the most volatile thing on the carrier is the boiler rooms. And this is the torpedo defense system I'm going with. So it's very simple. It's a very simple torpedo defense system. But I think it will work fine. It's also 3 tall, which means I can do a quartz deck right here. Alright. I probably could make it a block taller, thinking about it. So let's see, if the deck's right here, the armored deck, I don't have to worry about the armored deck until I actually make the flight deck. Actually, that's perfect. That works fine. Anyhow, so imagining this right here is a boiler room. It needs to fit a 3 mag. Imagining most of this is deck. Oop. Don't think that guy's using the right version. Yeah. I want this to be a multi-level thing. So let's go obsidian. Actually, if I want to keep these things spread out, what I can do is I can put this on a wall right here, which it will be connected to an engine room. So that's not really as in a worried spot. And then I can keep them lined up like that. Yeah. Yeah, I came up with my solutions here. Alright, there we go. That's a kind of rivet. Yeah, and that area back there is going to be fuel. Quick access fuel, you know what I mean? So, I wonder, how were y'all's holidays? And, I mean, for those wondering, I will check comments even after this is just posted as a VOD, so go ahead, comment all you want. I don't mind, I'll check. But, I'm going to use a proprietary boiler design here. Not like it's Parsons or anything. Because the idea is this is supposed to be a custom ship. Boiler window. Right there. Come up here. These are fairly tall boilers, but the idea is they're supposed to be fairly powerful, so. Wall. Trapdoor. And there we go. Actually, I don't think we do. That was a better idea in my head. Anyhow. There we go. Alright. Dang. That actually sucks. So, okay. For anyone that's actually here, and I know no one's here yet. People apparently liked the last stream. They viewed the hell out of that. So I'm gonna leave this here for everyone that wants to view this stream, I guess. So I'm doing So my next semester of college is about to start on the 9th. And that means I won't have Fridays. I'm sorry, guys. Well, actually, it will. I'll still probably stream on Fridays. It'll just probably be shorter because I'll get home from work on Fridays instead of actually just getting home from school. But there's good news in that. I'm actually going to be having more content than I used to. I'm gonna be doing more stuff. On Wednesdays I'll post and I'll still have my Berton videos. So that will mean pretty decent amount of posting, I think at least. So with the thing I'm gonna be posting on Wednesdays, they'll be shorter videos, granted, but I think you guys will like them. The first Wednesday video is going to be me posting a build, but it's going to be a quick one because the build is going to be for two separate ships that have the same hull, because the entire idea is I'm going to test shit with both of those hulls. I'm going to test the effectiveness of armor designs, what guns are most effective, that kind of thing. Because you can look at the stats. There's a spreadsheet somewhere out there, but I don't think that tells you exactly how good a gun is. Because there's a lot of things to factor other than just, gun good, you know? There's a lot more to it than just damage, raw damage and DPM numbers. There's more complexity to it. So I'll be making two test ships. One of them is going to be a gun platform, but they're going to be based on the same hull to save me time, One of them is going to be on the same hull. They're both going to be on the same hull. Sorry for my stutter. And one of them is going to be a gun-based platform. And that's essentially where I'm going to test guns, turret designs, all that kind of stuff. And then the other one is going to have both its bow and stern made of glass to lighten the entire thing so I can test armor and engines. One of the things I do want to do sometime soon, after that one's done, I think probably what I'll do first is I want to test how effective a turbo electric drive is, because I still don't know. Uh, this will take a lot of testing. A lot of it will be off-screen testing, but I'm going to test if a turbo electric drive produces more power than a steam engine. I'm also going to test the effectiveness of a diesel electric drive compared to its no, the entire ship's not glass. The entire ship's not glass. So it's just the bow and the aft, because it's not only going to be a engine test platform, it is going to be an armor test platform. So I need to free up as much displacement as possible so I can do these thick, heavy armor schemes on something that's probably going to be about destroyer size. And I mean, both engines, they're probably going to both run on diesels, like tiny diesels, get about 14 knots at most. And they're not really meant to be actual combat ships. They're going to be test ships. That's their goal. They're meant to test. And they'll probably be like, I don't know, like a pre-dreadnought style hull. I'm not sure yet. It's kind of what I want to do, is either pre-dreadnought or early dreadnought style hull. Just tiny. So I guess armored cruiser style, not... Anyhow, the point is, those are going to be new videos. They're going to be out there, and it's going to be me testing the effectiveness of stuff. I have a sneaking suspicion, and I'm not sure until I test it, that turbo electric drive is going to be way heavier than normal steam turbines, but it might actually be a little more horsepower heavy. That's my sneaking suspicion. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. Because first I need to find out the biggest generator he can put with a per magma. So that's going to be part of it. The next thing is going to be figuring out how many engine blocks you can do. I mean, how many motor blocks you can do per generator block. So it's going to be a lot of pre-testing that you guys won't have to see. And I'll probably have it all labeled out and put on some signs. So if you guys ever come on the server, which, quick advertisement, this is Naval Battle Zone High Caliber. Pretty fun server. I like this server a lot. But, that will be the point of it. So let me get... Yeah, that will be, I think that will be fun. I think you guys will all enjoy that series. I hope. I know I will enjoy doing that because it is info, I think, genuinely that needs to be spread. It's something we need to learn about as our as builders. It's something we don't really talk about is the efficiencies. I don't think anyone uses turbo electric drive, so that will be a little interesting to find out if it's more effective or not. Like I think, like I said, per ton, I think it's going to be less effective. But I think as a whole weight, no, 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 no. We're not sponsored. We're not sponsored by anyone. We have a total viewer of 1 right now. There's no way we're sponsored. Anyhow. I can make this a cargo closet. I can actually really easily make this a cargo closet. Hold up. Is there anything I'm missing, you think, in this area? Maybe a pole? Uh, I wish there was a version of this fence right here that didn't have the periscope head, because I'd probably use it over this one. Because yeah, that screws up stuff. So what I might do is this. Just that. Alright. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot this is fence, so we're gonna have that issue no matter what. Uh hmm. Hmm. Switchboard, that's what we need. Yeah. No, I'll have pumps. I'll have pumps. That's probably something I did forget, though. Yeah, this would usually be a pump right here, actually, so... Yeah. I don't know how it's going to look until I actually put it into something. So I know I want to put... Because this is boiler room, I should probably plan to have it class 1. No, class 2, because this is a carrier, it's big. I'm not going to have much weight other than the hull itself. Alright, so planning that this is class 2. Put this wall back here. And these are big, pretty big engines, all things considered. I mean, pretty big boilers. I'm not sure a lot of people use boilers the same size as I do. I generally top it off at 3 or 4. I don't really like going over 3 or 4 mags. I think those get way too volatile. I think I've said this before in my other videos though, but yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing anything bigger than a 4 mag. Because once you get to 4 mag, you get this kind of issue where the engine itself is massive, okay? You're already making big engines for 4 mags. And you got to combine that with the fact that once you get to 5 or 6 mags, dude, those things are going to split ships. If you get hit by those, they're going to split ships. It doesn't matter what size of ship you're on. A 5 or a 6 mag definitely has the potential to just absolutely destroying your entire ship. It's not worth, in my opinion, risking that. I need hose. That's what I need. Engine block for a little tiny fire pump right here. I usually like bigger fire pumps, but I mean, this is like emergency fire pump. If your boiler room somehow catches on fire, there's probably some issues you're going to have other than just having to worry about a fire pump. I think this is a cozy little boiler room, though. I'm actually happy with how my boiler rooms have been recently. The Emile Berton boiler room, I thought that was actually fairly nice for one of my boiler rooms. I haven't really given myself a lot of time to make big boiler rooms. Oh yeah, I need oiler drums, you're right. This is the weird carrier conversion, carrier thing I'm doing. I can put oil drums in the, in this, in my back room right there. Like this. Yeah, that works. This was based on a Trento hull that I both enlarged and widened, and I manually widened it through my design process. I didn't just scale, I actually took the time to redraw the lines. It's technically not Italian. I'm not doing it based off of any nation. I would say, if I had to say quote unquote nation, you know how I usually label my custom ships all high caliber Navy stuff, so high caliber Navy might get a carrier. If you're wondering, this is probably how the torpedo defense system is going to go. I don't have more space. I don't have much more space for it. If I'm going to fit that boiler room, it is going to be an oddity. It's going to be a 5-engine setup. It's going to have a cruising diesel at somewhere on it. I don't know why I want to do it like that, but I do want to. Now, 5 prop. 1 central prop, and it's one small central prop and then the usual 4-prop setup. It's going to be hard to fit, I know. Does also give a little more reliability to design, granted. Yeah, it's a weird. I know it's weird. I think the fact it has a cruising diesel is going to be disgusting. At five turbines, I mean 4 turbines and a cruising diesel is going to be a little weird. But also, each boiler room is going to be separate. It's going to be a 24 mag, so each engine is going to be a 6 mag engine. I genuinely do not know how much space it's going to take up. Yeah, I know. Like, this is going to be, like, really space intensive as a design. Unless I get rid of the cruising diesel. Then I could probably actually fit it all. But that's the biggest issue. Unless I make the cruising diesel really small. Because the issue is, so you see how big this boiler room is? That means for each engine, there's 2 of these boiler rooms. So I'm just gonna really quickly. They're each 6 wide, so that's a 14 block space taken up by 2 engine rooms. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. I would think the diesel was probably going to be at most a 14 knot diesel. But that's unlikely, all things considered. The good news is, because it's a carrier, I likely won't have to armor up super hard. Dude, I make small boiler rooms. Like, all my boiler rooms are pretty small. Oh, well, here goes the bit rate. So, yeah, trying to fit that. It's also the issue of the shape of the hull. So, if you want to look at the shape of the hull, uh, it is constantly narrowing or getting wider. Yeah, no, the armored deck, but I'm probably going to do a armored hangar deck instead. Which I've been thinking about designing that hangar. That designing how this hangar is going to look over here is going to be a nightmare. I would have made it this wide at this point right here, but that would get rid of the point of making the ship wider. The hull shape isn't the most conducive to a carrier. I'll say that much. Although theoretically, a lot of carriers actually probably would have a fine hull shape like this. It's it's a weird situation, I would say. All right, weird boat. That's all I gotta say about it. Weird boat. Yeah, and I'm doing the 2-layer torp defense like this because I'm of the belief, and this is from my testing. And granted, like I said, I said earlier that I'm gonna start doing a. Oh yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna actually start doing 2 videos a week, and then the one stream. But the stream's probably gonna be way shorter. It's probably gonna be like an hour. Uh, but the entire thing is, I'm going to. So next week, I'm gonna put out a video on Wednesday. Okay, I'll join you in a sec. I'm gonna be start doing stuff. Just 1 second, by the way. But on Wednesdays, I'm gonna start putting out the. I'm gonna put out a video where I build like a destroyer-sized kind of pre-dreadnought looking / armored cruiser looking hull. I'm gonna use that hull. I'm gonna separate that into two hulls, one with a glass bow and stern, specifically so one of them's going to be an armor test and engine test model, and the other one's going to be a gunnery test model. And I'm going to start producing videos testing which guns which guns are best for what purposes, what armor schemes work the best, what torpedo defense. And one of the ones I'm really excited about, one of the ones I'll probably do really early, is testing turbo electric versus uh, steam turbines, and also testing diesel electric versus diesel turbine. I mean, just normal diesels, because I want to see how well that goes. My current theory is that turbo electric will be heavier, but also generate a lot more power. But I'm not sure about that. Again, I have to find all the ratios, and I'm probably going to do all that stuff off screen. I'm probably going to have to do all the how big I can make a generator, how many engine blocks you can do per, I mean, how many motor blocks you can do per generator block, all that kind of stuff. But that's going to be a long process, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. I think that is going to be a video that actually has a lot of purpose on this server. And now I'll join DC. Hello. I It also compacts engine space. I don't know. I think I don't know. I think my opinion, how I think it's gonna go, is they'll be heavier. I think they're gonna be a heavier system. They're gonna be less efficient, but I think they'll generate more power. Yeah, I can imagine that. Ooh, I just realized I didn't actually copy the entire section over here. Ooh. I feel like that might be part of the issue, which, hmm. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's one of the things I said. Oh, I'm probably gonna do. I'm gonna have to check those ratios. That's like one of the important things. We don't know 'em. Yeah, but motor blocks are a lot easier to deal with. Yeah, I bet you they kind of were like big bricks. Ah, yeah, fair. Like I said, I think they're probably going to be heavier systems. I don't think they're going to be as efficient. Like I said, I think it's just going to be they're going to be a lot more powerful systems. Yeah. All right. So I have these boiler rooms designed. Yep. It's probably a similar amount of crew overall, doesn't it? But I really wanted to test that because I want to see if I want to make my next group of custom vessels all turbo electric. I want to see if I should do that or not. I'm still gonna test it for that size, so I don't know. I'm gonna test it by one magma, by the way. How I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna control it by steam turbine, one magma. The diesels will be 20 block diesels because it's a 20 block engine. And then for the turbo electric, it's gonna be based off of one magma as well as the same as the steam turbine. So I'm gonna have to test all of that. But I gotta build the hull first, which I'll record doing that. All right, time to decide how big I need these engine rooms. So I use a 19.5 ratio, 117 blocks. Hmm. All right, time to figure out how big I want this engine room then. So these two, ooh, yeah. Oh, oh, rip you. All right, yeah, I'm probably gonna do a 14 long engine room. Which, hey, this is actually a big relief compared to Berton right here. It's how much bigger this engine room is. Dude, those engines are so hard to fit in that ship. Because they were tiny, they were big, they were relatively big engines for this amount of space they had. They were, uh, I can go load up Berton and show you just how small that space is. And how much I crammed into it. And then I still forgot to do fire pumps, I think. So let me go spawn in Berton real quick. I need to go look at this. You always forget something. Let me go see. Yeah, this is such a tiny engine space for a. Yeah, I don't know why I've been pretty obsessed with putting catwalks on things recently. Like, that's why I like this boiler room, man. I don't know how I figured out. The boiler room's a little open, looking at it right now, but there's stuff that I could fit, like fire pumps. Nice. Nice. I'm looking at this. I still have to, before I do the next Emil video, there's something I have to do, is I have to take this boiler room and lay it out 3 different ways, counting the way I already did it. Yeah, so one of them would be flipped for this, so that's really easy. One of them has them aligned. I actually think it's the forward one. Let me go check. I have the plans. That site has been so helpful to me. It is a site that just has basically all of the technical plans of Emile Breton when it was first built. But let me go see. No, no, it's actually the rear boiler room. I don't know why. Yeah, the rear boiler room has them both centered, which is not possible because they're both 2 mags, so I'm going to just align them up to one side. I guess if I could add, the one thing I didn't like about this engine room was that it felt kind of spacious. I mean, these boilers, which is a big change from my old boiler rooms. If you've ever seen some of my old boiler rooms that have basically you can barely walk around them, or they're a little weird. I'm happy with how Emile's stuff is turning out. Like even the little mags and stuff. Yeah, there's a decent bit I'd have to do off screen before I actually recorded it. I'm really happy with the steering gear on Emile Breton, though. I think that I think that's where I've kind of been distinguishing myself as the steering gear rooms. I don't know why that's become a thing. Usually you don't lose the bridge and everything, but I mean they're still useful rooms if you run out of a. That's what I should put down here. I should put a singular wheel, like an actual ship's wheel over here. Yeah. Or no, don't put it there. Put it there. Like that. Yeah. Okay. The Emile series has been so fun though, because I have full plans, it's so much easier to do. I don't know, say. What did you create? Seen some pretty wild things recently. Yeah. No, this is one of those. Is this a muzzle loader? Or is it an actual lift truck? Ironclad? So yeah, it's probably a muzzle loader. Which means these guns have to recoil back. They then have to angle the guns down. Which I think mean that this plate wouldn't be here. This one right here under the guns right here, I don't think that would be there. You see what I mean? Because the guns would recoil back and they reload it from right there, if I remember how it works. It might be a breech loader. I'm not sure, though. Depends what nation it is and how they feel about breech loading technology at the time. Most ironclads are muzzles, if I remember, especially early ones. Oh, that makes it really easy to put the lift then, because you can just put the lift right here. Hello. Nice. Homie ate a turkey before he came here. All my homies love chicken. Chicken? Oh, that's sad. You've never had mustard chicken. You know how easy it is to make mustard chicken? You slather a chicken in mustard and then panko. The, hmm. Well, if it wants to look round, yeah, sometimes you can't capture this. Sometimes you just have to capture the spirit. How would anyone reload these top torps on a British sub? I don't know. I mean, you could actually probably answer this. What was the whole thing with the British external torps on their subs? The Italians did. Yeah. The refit Leonardo da Vinci, if I remember, also had them. I don't know why. Which Leonardo da Vinci probably didn't need more torque tubes, considering it was a Cagney. Which, if anyone knows what the Cagney class is, that is a 12 tube armed ship. They're 19s, but it's still 12 tubes. I think it is called a Brist. Brist. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, that's one of the sad things with Minecraft. Everything's a meter. Hmm. Nah. Well, yeah, until like World War II, when the submerged tor yeah. Yeah. I think Archerfish got its sink with when it was submerged, though, right? I think it was submerged when it sank Shenano. I could be wrong. Anyone can correct me. I don't mind. That's why I'm here. All right, time to start working on the engines over here. I don't know how I feel about my new turbine style. Because there are some things it gains, and there's a couple things it loses, being the way it is. On the plus, it does show a, like, the shaft connection a little better. On the minus, it is smaller, like space-wise. It's tighter. 14 torpedo tube time. I don't know if I'm ever gonna build Cagney. One of the Cagneys, man. They are really cool subs, actually. Italian sub design is weird because they had two entirely different branches of submarine design. They had one that was purely dedicated to, the Mediterranean, and then they had like a couple classes. But even though there was only a couple classes, they made like what, 20 of them? 20 long range subs or something like that. Well, one of the things with trying to learn Italian submarine design is that you have to look at two different sets of submarines. Like that makes it a little harder to get into, because they have two entirely different design philosophies. Let's see, six of the macaroni. No, they're not. I mean, I wish I had access to the Italian archives. I bet you it'd be so much easier to build Italian ships if I did, but I don't. So we'll just have to live with it, I guess, right? Alright, how many engine blocks do I need per engine? I think it's 117. Yeah, it's 117. Not the worst. Like, and there's another thing, I guess. The cool thing with how I'm doing engines now, is that I could actually fit stuff like Bolzano on my ships. Like, it's a way easier to fit an actual big power plant now. It just takes more time and effort. Which I think isn't worth it in the end, because you get a little more space for other stuff. Hmm. You know something else I noticed with when I was doing Bertan Goom? That specifically the boiler rooms connect, but the engine rooms don't. Like you can get, yeah. Uh no. The boiler rooms are actually bigger. No, each room was bigger. Which is French wizardry. They were actually pretty good at making small engines. Oh, who's working on Graf Spee? Graf Spee. Nice. Eventually, dual barrels will come out, hopefully. Did Max find those files? Because I know he had. Ballistic said he had them. I don't think it is. It's not in this one, at least, unless you guys got a new one. I don't know how often you guys get new resource packs, to be completely fair. I don't think it is. But it will make making some turrets way easier. And less clunky looking. I think the main thing is less clunky looking. Alright, let's figure this out. So I need to get 117 blocks here. And I'm going to keep, for anyone watching, I'm gonna keep running back to Berton's engines because they remind me how I want to do this stuff. I think what I'm gonna do is a kind of double look for the front. And then a full-sized one for the back. Oh, if I do that, I think I have to offset them, don't I? Yeah, I have to offset. Give me a sec. I can offset these guys fine. It gives me more engine space too. Aha. Something like that. Yeah. Nah, that looks kind of weird. I don't know if I'll ever actually go to the offset kind of turbine thing. You might. I don't see you with one. I don't see anyone with one. I don't know whether lame Optifine users versus I don't use Optifine anyway. I use yeah. It's just better. Hmm. Actually gonna change this up a little bit, which might remove some engine blocks, but I don't care. I have space. Something like that. Actually, no. Nah, it is actually a pretty big difference. No. Yeah, it happens. I mean, the Helgelins are fucking... Helgelins are fatties, man. I already know it's gonna be cursed. Which one are you working on right now? Okay. Oh yeah, that's also cursed. I'm gonna guess Congress forced them to design this thing. We do not have the money. You're not allowed to have money. Design a shitty coastal battleship. About the size of Rhode Island. We are not going to give you money. Now design shitty coastal battleship. They probably still would have named it after a state, so... Yeah, but it's not a state. I'm trying to think. I don't even think there was a... thought there was a designed name. There was a design named after it, I think. Rhode Island. Yeah, if anything, I think it's probably a blessing that we never got USS Rhode Island. Imagine all the Family Guy jokes they would have made. Like that time I served on USS Rhode Island. The smog is getting in his eyes. When the smog hits your eyes. I have to find a way to fit more engine blocks in this. I'm extremely short. I'm 17 blocks short. Nah, I'm not actually super short in the real world. I'm a little short, but not super short. Hmm. Hmm. I'm 5'8". I don't care if I dox my height. I don't really care. It's not like a... Which is funny, because 6 foot's not even the average height. Yep. I still hit my shoulders on everything, so it doesn't matter anyway. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do these walkways. I'm still... let me see something real quick. 6 times 18, 108. I'm still pretty actually short. I'm not even an 18 block engine ratio right now. $105, yeah. I think I can settle for anything 18 block, you know? I can settle for an 18 block. Well, that would mean 107 engine blocks per mag. 107. Well, the thing with you, if you do a full 20 engine block ratio, you won't be able to power for very long. I always go about my favorite is probably 19.5. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, my biggest advice for anyone, while 20 is said to be the ideal, it's probably not. Yeah. I think I said that in all my tutorial stuff too, is don't ever actually do. You can shake all your head all you want. It's not going to change that I said it. Anyhow, I think in all my tutorial stuff I said not to do a 20 block. All right, time to figure out how I'm going to do. Nah, he's just gone. There is no buy where he's going. Hello, Xandar. Yeah, if you're wondering, I'm streaming right now, so. Rip. YouTube. Nah, I just don't like Twitch all that much. Uh, yeah, everyone knows this. Well, most destroyer escorts aren't exactly skinny. It's usually not a good. Yeah, it's. You don't need that. You don't need that. Yeah, you trust me. You don't need that much. Kind of don't like that I put this engine here. Yep. I'd do it anyway, though. The way I do it is always rivet stuff, though. Trying to figure out how I want to do this walkway. Gumi, can you come over here and help me out with this? So I want to make a walkway, like over here, but I don't know how I want to do it. Yeah, so we start here, we come up. I don't know if I want to hug the engine or space out. Or maybe you hug the engine for a little bit, come out, reattach. Yeah? Yeah. I got an idea where to put the platform. I can put the platform back here. Something like that. And I can put the steam gen right here. It means you can access the steam gen. Oh, wait. I would have to do two steam gens, though, wouldn't I? Yeah, there's... No, that's two... Yeah, it's gonna be mirrored over. Yeah. That's what I think that's what I'm working on right now. I think I'm gonna do a similar style steam gen as I did to Emile Breton. Just a little bigger. Jamil is definitely the less powerful of the two ships by far. This is a 26 mag. I mean 24 mag. Which means it still has less horsepower than Bolzano. Yeah, the 36. I don't know how fast it is yet. I haven't actually tested its speed or anything. I've tested. I usually do. I actually usually do speed trials. Yeah, I know. Yeah, something like. Yeah, but it's pretty normal. Well, I've been added somewhere. VCrew is based on Yep. Each normal bunk counts as 2, so I guess Boco's a little smaller than what you have, right? A little funny. A reminder to everyone watching. A reminder to everyone watching. There are some Coast Guard cutters that are the size of destroyers. Just a reminder. Yeah. It. Dude, Coast Guard cutters are funny. The U.S. Coast Guard. Yeah, sure. Give me a sec. I'm gonna keep this platform small. I think what I'm gonna just put up here is my engineering station, and that's about it. Oh no, say it's an off-center turret. Egads. Stability, my beloved. Yeah, I know. Forgot you could use dye on signs now to change the plate. Should do that. will. Oh, cool. Someone spawned in our cargo vessel. Oh, look at this little guy. This thing's freaking wide. Coast Guard's wild, man. This competes with Russia for random small ship armed a little too heavily. I guess Stidge decided to spawn in the cargo vessel next to you. I'm looking at this now, and I bet I could have fit more cargo. Still looks nice, though. Yes. It's a little cargo vessel. I remember that cargo vessel thing and how that we never finished that event. I do want to do another event like it. I want to do it on... Huh? We never tested the ships. We never did the trials, no. I was told we never did them. Ah. Yeah. I do want to do another event like that, but with, like DEs or DDs. I think I sent you one version of the event that was really weird that I thought of, where it's your take on how you want to build the ship, but it has to do a certain thing. Like you can make a battleship for all you freaking know, but it would have to be small, you know. It'd have to be fitting a destroyer plot, and the entire point was to, I think it was a block rate Cade runner thing. Porthole? I think that has to do with oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's called backface calling. What it does is it significantly reduces the amount of textures a game needs to produce, which increases performance. Who made the Japanese funny cruiser? Sendai. Actually, this is probably Cogs, isn't it? Odd Japanese cruisers. Yeah. The cargo. The barbette holder. Flaws here. Been a while since I saw Flaw. Is he gonna say something smart for once, or is he gonna say something stupid? Let's find out. I try to find the tool bench every time, and I keep forgetting that it's renamed to tool bench in this pack. It annoys me because I need it. Just say I am online and he'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I know him too well. Habits which shouldn't exist anymore. This is not your Sendai? I thought it was. Toll. Yours is Toll. I usually, when it comes to, vessels that are custom on the server, I usually call them, HCN vessels. You can technically make, the Pirate Navy, I don't know what it's called. Was it Villagers Workers Union or something? I think we should just call it the Villagers Workers Union. Listen, if they don't like how they're getting treated, they can start making my coffee better. It's not my fault their coffee is awful, Goom. They're paid workers. Just because they're not paid very well doesn't mean they're not paid. Average Coast Guard cutter. Winnebago. That's the one I would do. Yes, like, why wouldn't you name it? What is the greatest name then? If Winnebago is not good enough for you. What's that one block called that we use for the, it looks like a fire locker? Yeah, it's just glazed terracotta. Lame. I see these, yeah, I see these at work every day, so that's why Dude, what, the entire ship? 3,000 tons, that's heavy. Oh, yeah. In fairness, I mean, most of the destroyers on the server are what? Actually, probably around 3,000 tons. Thinking about it. I remember my oldest Sumner was specifically heavy. That's why, dude. That Omaha being 7,000. That's heavy for even an Omaha though. I think most Omahas are like 6K. No, it's not. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying. Yeah, like my current fleet destroyer that I use, Fuoco, she's only 2.3K tons. She's pretty light. Ooh, that's a that's fair. And 9,000. I did forget that they use old machinery. Yeah, they do, but a 1940 turbine is a lot. That's probably why it weighs so much. Oh, say, what the hell? Oh no, that's one of those rings they have. Okay. I mean, later, as you get later on, the amount of boilers like significantly cuts. I think a good example of that is the Cavors when they got refit Goom. That's a pretty good example of how boiler numbers changed over the years. Because if you go look at let me go find this real quick. I'm using Wiki, so it could be wrong because I've seen them be wrong all the time. The Cavors started off with 20 boilers, and they displaced roughly. I mean, they were about 21 knots in speed. They were actually fairly fast for their time, if I remember. But when they got reconstructed, when they got rebuilt, they had 8 boilers. They went 27 knots. So Heinkel HE. 1 pound. I once saw them say Wichita had a 160 millimeter belt, and I have no idea where they got that from. Because I was like, where does this even come from? And I went to check, and I could literally not find a single place that said the same thing. When I say the same thing, I mean said that it had a 160. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I don't trust Wiki a lot, and that's one of the reasons. You know how many one you know how many 1 pound bombs that HE8 could carry? Essentially. I'm just saying, man. You know how many 1 pound bombs that would be able to carry? Say, is one of these turrets bigger than the other one? You using the smaller one or the bigger one? Not smaller one. There's no ladder in this one. I'm flying over to grab my voice pipe block. I love putting voice pipes on my ship. big forehead though. Don't worry. Time to plug my tutorial videos for my sick gain. No, but seriously though, I have videos on how to do this stuff. I don't do it for my sick gain. I do it so people get better. Become better at building. Simple as. I think everyone has the capacity to be a good builder. Just gotta try. You just gotta experiment. Oh, hold on, I just realized I did screw that up. I'll actually do it like this. Yeah, that looks a little more natural. I would say my preferred thing with equipment lockers is put them where they look natural. That's my controversial opinion of today. I think they should be just somewhere they look like they should be there. I think this engine room's turning out all right. Don't you, Goom? I got my obligatory voice pipe in. Need another one though. I love doing these though. And I've realized over time that it's better to do thin strips than having big wide areas. I think Bolzano, that's where I screwed up with its engine rooms, is that it has a very large upper level, which doesn't make much sense. But if you do smaller upper levels, it makes a little more sense. It looks a little more plausible, you know what I mean? And I can actually make a support here. Hopefully I can fit this right there, yeah. And then down here, that's perfect area to slap cargo. Made it a little alcove, just perfectly for cargo. I can remove that and remove that. Bam, bam. I can raise that one. There. Like a cargo hidey hole. The one thing that is bad about these kind of setups is they take up a lot of air. They are super, super heavy on how much air you use. But, you know, you gotta pay the price for looks sometimes, you know? Depends which blocks. Signs are not counted as... Signs are counted as air. Trapdoors are not counted as air. Nope. Slabs are not. No. Not. Yeah. Yeah. It is ugly. Signs. Yeah, but signs do not count as air. I mean, do count as air. Signs, however, do count as air, which I like a lot because it allows you to put little details. And I don't think the little details hurt anyone, right? Yeah. There we go. I think that engine room is done. I think it is beautiful. I'm I don't know if, for some reason ever since I started doing these videos, my quality of engine and boiler rooms has went up massively. I don't know why. It was like an instant jump as soon as I started recording these videos. And I can't explain it. I think probably because I got to see Bertans, how Bertans were laid out, and fresh detail. So it did help me understand layout, and it challenged me to do something with it. But it shows you can always improve. I need a pump somewhere around here. What are you talking about? Yeah, I have no idea what Say's talking about. You've been working on 2 ironclads. It's okay, Say. I don't really care. My Sumner works. He said he would kiss you if you made more, so I mean, I think he wanted to kiss you. No, that's derp, yeah. One of my really old ones, I can grab my really odd original Sumner that had a V-hull, which made it go 36 knots despite being a 4 mag. This thing is whack. It is so odd. My original Sumner was all made of class 1. I don't know why I did that. Did I see it 3 to 4 a.m.? Am I awake at 3 to 4 a.m.?
Like fucking midnight here. I was my typer was like, what if I use the iron? What if I use the armor profile of the ironclads?
I'm gonna go look now. Oh, where you posted some of the really weird Danish designs? 5100 knot destroyer.
What?
Whoa, I need to see this.
No, I think I see what it is. It's tiny, man. I don't know. Is it the 3-hold one? Is it the trimaran? It's the hovercraft. Let me go find the hovercraft.
Torpedo boat destroyer.
Yeah, that is the tri-hull. Unless you're talking about the really round one, which is an
It is a
ironclad.
trimer. It is a trimaran, I think. No, it's not. I don't think it is.
No, the trimaran's the weird water wheel
Wow,
motor
this is
one.
a really bad. This is really
Oh, I
bad.
see what you're talking about. It looks
This,
like a car.
this,
I don't know how it was projected to go that fast.
this, this depth
It
charge
is just a
placement
car.
is terrible here. This is gonna hit the. This will hit the propeller.
My very old German destroyer.
Oh, so it's just a hydrofoil then.
Yeah.
An old hydrofoil. Or not
Yeah.
really a
Probably would
hydrofoil
have
because
broke.
it doesn't have a, like a stabilizing fin.
So no. Yeah. So like,
Leverett Moss makes me sad.
how did I not think this was a bad idea?
This ship that I just spawned in makes me very sad. Also, Goom, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is there a world edit command to make a stair bent?
Not that I know of.
Damn. And
What
the
do you
reason
mean?
Like having a stair connected to something else, like with an angle.
the reason Lebrick makes me sad is while the rest of the ship's not all that good, I apparently did the superstructure pretty good.
Hold on a second.
This ship barely fucking works. Like, it doesn't.
It looks like
No,
it
I know it
would.
actually need it. No, this ship literally does not fucking work.
Wow, it sucks.
Yeah, it floats 4 blocks too... Not 4, it was 3 blocks too low.
Well, well, for my ship, we'll see how low it sits until so I can recover the hole or
It
something.
also has engines that physically do not... I don't think they're actually connected to anything. It has 6 boilers. And most of them are 1 mags. Why did I do this? Why did I
Say
make
no
a
more.
2
Can
mag
I want to
boiler for
test
1
this.
mag? These were
Uh,
very early turbines. Okay.
Say no more. Can I want to test my ship, but I don't want to
This
really
thing is so
switch
skinny.
versions.
Why did I do this? This is back when I did double-layered
You should
hulls.
probably be asking me about that then. Uh,
Who?
see.
What?
Me,
Oh,
G
okay.
Golem.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What do you need help with?
He wants to test a boat of his. Here, I'll help you.
Okay, yeah, if it's testing, I'm not very helpful there.
I just want to see if I just
Prolly.
want to see if it floats and moves for now. Honestly,
Did you scan it?
yeah, I did. I just did.
My DD with casemates!
Here, I just scanned it for you.
I don't know why I was obsessed with casemates so much at some point, but for some reason I made a DD with casemates.
I mean, no one's finished scanning.
It's like... on a DD, though?
Okay, so can I? Okay, so you're gonna teleport me, or
Also, the interior colors of this thing make me want to throw up,
oh,
so...
okay.
Okay. If you look at the
Okay,
interior of this thing, it
so
makes
you
you
can
want
now
to throw
slash
up.
fly.
It's so garish.
I can't.
You should be able to.
No access. You only get me perms for Navy
Dark
craft spawning.
blue with the Y
That
wall is
should
one of
give
the
you slash fly
ugliest
terms. Did you try the
color.
command slash fly?
Yeah,
I,
it's
Or are
weird.
you
and
just
the
trying to fly?
deck is
no,
terrifying.
I'm typing slash fly as well. It's not working.
It
The deck
should be
color
giving
is
you that. Here, I'll
terrifying.
just
I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
there.
There we go.
And I was trying to
So you
copy
just use the
Helena's.
bone and right click wherever you're trying to spawn
camera,
it.
It didn't go well.
Yep.
Or left click.
I could
No, don't
probably
left click
actually
because
do
that'll spawn it
red
as an
camo, whatever
AI
it
ship.
is.
Oh shit.
But this is the first ship I started actually doing camos on.
How do I get rid of it?
You just go over to it, and I mean, I guess
Actually,
you
No,
can't.
that's a
actually,
lie.
let's just let it.
My
Let's just
Nuremberg was.
go for now. Like I said, I just want to see if it floats first.
Yeah, but Sumner's camo looks better. Sumner's camo.
Come on.
It's one of my
Let's see.
proudest camos to
Let's
this
see if
day.
it. Let's see how low it goes. Oh. Oh, never mind.
Stuff I can
It's. I thought it moved up. I thought it moved up. Sorry. Come on.
taking a trip down memory lane real quick. Sorry, guys. It's fun. Come on. It's fun. This Sumner got me through a lot.
Wait. Is it? Did it stop thinking?
Yeah, it probably hit its balance point.
Oh no! Hold on. It went down another block.
This Sumner has
Oh no! It went back up again.
been through a lot of the server. I should do a decommissioning ceremony for this ship at some point because I still haven't done Fuoko's commissioning ceremony.
Okay. Okay. Let me just spawn this in normally.
It's
I'll
not
probably
gonna
do that
float
too.
any differently if you do that.
Yeah, I know. I just want to have control.
I'll probably do. You think that would be a fun stream, guys, if I did the commissioning ceremony of Fuoko? 'Cause it's technically
I
not
mean,
commissioned
maybe.
yet.
You haven't used any of your ships though in combat.
I've
I mean, you've
actually
used
used Sumner a
Laffy.
lot.
I'm talking about your new ships, like your stuff that's not just your old rust
Duca
bucket
has
Sumner.
Okay.
Duca has
So.
been tested actually.
Okay. So
Tested
boiler
is
two
not
doesn't
combat.
work.
That's true.
Steam boiler. Okay. Boiler two doesn't work. Gen 1 is on shutdown. Engine 1 destroyed. Great.
Fuoko might have actually saw combat. I might be wrong.
I certainly don't remember fighting on. I remember fighting on Sumner.
Yeah, because Sumner was old and a piece of shit by then.
Yeah, but it was the only one you actually used.
Yeah. That's why I made Fuoko, though, was to replace Sumner. So I need to do a decommissioning for that ship and a commissioning of Fuoko.
So I might need help getting the ship working here properly.
And then I need to eventually come up with a camo for Fuoko.
You can get back to hub, by the way, by doing /warp test hub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make
I
sure you
know.
make sure you clean up your ships first.
I'm just trying to figure out why Boiler 2 is not working.
I can go check that right now, actually.
I think it might not be exposed to air properly.
Let me go see Boiler 2.
Boiler 2 is here.
Yeah, see where it is. Nah, it's not the airflow that's messed up.
Steam engines. One of the steam engines is also not working. Engine
Yeah, I
1.
do not think it is the steam. That's the problem.
Error more than one engine. What?
Yeah, it's something to do with your piping. I will
Something
say these
seems.
boiler rooms are really exposed.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to.
Granted, I can't really say much. Fuoko's boilers are definitely cramped.
Well, if you want to, like. Wait, could. Yeah.
I would say Fuoko's boilers do give me anxiety. Goom can probably agree there. These things are so close together.
Let me see.
These give me anxiety, man.
They look alright.
They're decently protected at least, but
Let me get a little peek at your ship, Xander, see what's going on here.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because if a boiler debt happens on that ship, that entire ship's going down. Because it's so skinny. And the two boilers are like 5 feet apart. Uh, from what I could tell, it was probably piping. That's the issue.
Cannon ship.
Well, I add building.
Yeah, steam engine 1 is roughly connected.
His boilers look functional. It looks to be an issue with one of the steam engine. Let me see here.
Yeah, this is a wild steam engine right here. What? This piping's a little freaking me out.
Okay, that's isolated.
Boiler 2 is connected to steam
Oh, here's your
engine
issue.
1.
Here's your issue. See this
Uh,
sign?
it's
This
touching
sign.
this one.
It's
Yeah.
touching both. It's
So,
touching both.
I had a feeling that would have. I had a feeling that was the issue, so I just left a hole here.
This boiler 1 is.
Try to see if it works now. Get the
But
rescan
would
it.
this even work? By the way, this fire pump.
It's below waterline. I don't know if the motor block I don't think would count, but
No, the motor block doesn't count, but it just looks.
Yeah, it's just for looks, honestly.
God, this room is giving me anxiety.
Which room?
The fact your engines and
He's
boiler
talking.
rooms are in one continuous room is terrifying.
Oh, I could. Oh, yeah, I did want to separate that up, though. Actually,
And they're pretty far aft. Aft layout. Huh. I can't judge too much. My first actual destroyer had a questionable layout.
there we go. That's a bit better.
That I also think is terrifying. And my first destroyer has these two engine rooms.
Okay, how am I gonna block this off?
Oh,
Well,
this ship existed back when we had the stupid curse spamming.
what ship?
This Sumner.
Ah,
This is a really old Sumner. It's made out of Class 1. It is. It the interior is based off of a schematic of a prototype design, so it looks really funky.
how to make the boiler room more cramped?
Cramped boiler rooms are good though.
Yes, I know.
This is terrifying. Wooden deck that doesn't actually connect to the anything. These
What this?
massive voids. God, this is fucking.
What?
No wonder
Where?
this thing never friggin' sank.
This Sumner?
This one is so goofy. The one I designed like way back, it even only has clearly a refit version because it only has the rear bofers, and it's like, oh my god, this thing's terrifying. Giving me nightmares. I did apparently actually remember to make the sonar bulge on it though, which I didn't do with the next one. All right, guys, back to actually building. Sorry that I. Oh, the stream's about to end anyway. It's been 2 hours.
In 2 hours, it's about to end.
No, I said it's been 2 hours.
Uh,
I'll finish up one more thing before I go. I'll finish up one more thing. Uh, hmm. I can design some AA turrets. There's 2 offset funnels. Oh, side by side? Side by side funnels are funny though. You gonna do 1 mags? Alright, yeah, really quickly. Nah, I don't know if I'm gonna do an AA turret yet. I'll probably use the turrets I have for it. The DE I never finished. The Italian, they call them torpedo boats. The Italians, at least. That thing is funny because I think it's called Spica, and it's funny just because it is a little torpedo boat designed to go like 37 knots. It's armed with 3 I have to say 103s, but I think I'm wrong. It's funny. It's a funny little thing. I'm gonna go in Goom's triple turret over here, 16s. That's what I thought. So I hope y'all like this stream. Apparently, y'all guys loved the last stream. I don't know how you guys loved that stream so much. I got like 150 something views. I hope you guys like this stream. It probably won't be as popular, but I hope you guys liked it anyway. Comment if you want. I don't know.